Hey friends, welcome back to another Pokopia video. Over the last few weeks, I've been working on homes for Eevee and all the Eeveelutions over in Pallet Town. I built a little village on the beach, with a bonfire in the middle, and then paths that lead out to each house around it. Each house is decorated individually, trying to match the vibe of that particular Eeveelution. And so today I just wanted to showcase each home and talk a little bit about each build. All of these homes were decorated live on stream, taking some suggestions from chat, so it's really a team effort. If you'd like to get involved, I'm streaming Pokopia Monday, Wednesday, and Friday over on Twitch at 9 AM Eastern. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into it. Okay, so here we are over in Pallet Town, and the Eeveelution village I've built is just out here on the beach. You can see I've got a path that leads down. It's just made using the wooden paths here, a few fire pits around, and then a bonfire there in the middle. This brown part here is actually made using the red cliff rock. I thought it looks really nice together with the sand there. And then just a few wooden furniture items around. We've got a radio there. We've got the adventure pack. This is from the Sableye event. And then another flower backpack here from the Hop-Up event as well. Because these things are all on fire, one trick you can do, which I learned recently, is if you build it right up into the sky and place a wire up in the sky directly above this block, then when it rains, it will block the rain. So these will just always stay lit. I haven't done that yet, but I should do that here. And then, as you can see, we've just got some flowers and palm trees and torches around. I've also hidden these power generators here. This is a common trick. I think I've seen lots of people do this by hiding the power transmitters in the wooden sideboards there with flowers on top. And so I've done that to make sure each house is powered by this windmill over here. We've got a little path to go to each house. These houses are the sand huts. These are the level 3 houses, so the second largest ones. And you can bring Smiguru to the house to get him to change the color. So all you need to do, if you haven't done that yet, bring Smiguru and make sure you have Ditto stand facing the house. And Smiguru will start talking about his brush arm, and then you can talk to him and you can change the color of the house. So I've made sure each house matches the Eeveelution that's living in there. And then that one and the highest one over there at the back, that's Eevee's. I thought Eevee should have something a bit different to the rest. So he's over there at the back. All right, so let's start with Jolteon's house. So here we have Jolteon's room. This was the first one that I designed. And honestly, I think out of all of them, it still remains probably my favorite, or maybe my second favorite. I'm not sure. It's really the vibe that I was going for. So it's the fluffy flooring and then the starry sky wall on the wall and on the ceiling here. The only thing with using this here for Jolteon was I kind of wasn't sure what then to do for Umbreon, but we'll get to Umbreon in a little bit. The idea was that Jolteon is a streamer. So I've set up this streamer desk over here, the gaming computer. These are just iron tables dyed white, and then a few snacks and drinks, a microphone, a tablet there, the gaming fridge and the radio there. A few string lights up there. Some posters on the wall, and then this is the streamer backdrop, so we've got some gaming lights. Again, these iron stands, painted white with a few items on there. I've got 3 rugs in here. So I've got an oblong rug, a large square one, and then a large round one. These 2 are both painted with patterns that you can get from Vespiquen's items. If you don't know, when you get any items from Vespiquen, they have patterns on them. You can take those items to Smiguru and he'll learn the patterns. So that's how you can paint lots of different patterns on your furniture. These are pop art sofas over here with a side table there. These are just dyed white. We've got another poster there on the wall, a monitor here for a TV, some frames with a few items that had a bit of yellow or gold just to match the sort of color palette of the room. A few wall storage boxes there, another side table, Pikachu plush, got a cell phone there. And that's pretty much the whole room. I like this sort of open plan style. Jolteon is awesome in here as well because he likes electronic things. So we've got lots of electronic stuff in here and he's enjoying it. But yeah, I was really happy with this one. I think that the colors sort of match well. And yeah, I think this one's still probably my favorite one. So moving on now, let's go have a look at Flareon's house. So for Flareon's house, I wanted it to be like a cozy, warm den. I started with the fireplace because I know that Flareon likes fire. So that was the starting point, and then I built the rest of the room around this fireplace that's made with sort of uneven stones here. So we've got the cobblestone walls there, this like crisscross wooden flooring, and then the stone tiling on the ceiling there. The nice thing about decorating inside is when you're in one of these prefab houses, you can place things like half the block. For example, this clock here, if you were outside, it would have to be on either left or right side over the fireplace. You wouldn't be able to put it in the center, but because you're indoors, you have a little more control and you can actually place it exactly in the center. That's one of the reasons I really like decorating inside these prefabs, because you have a bit more control. In the middle here, it's just antique table, chic sofas, again, another large square rug, and then a candle and a pizza and a book over on top of the table there. We've got the hanging banners there, painted red and yellow for Flareon's colors. And then on the sides here, it's all just these like mini bookcases. I've got the armors, the two armors there in the middle, a frame with another. I tried to put the things in the frames that I think are going to roughly match the color palettes in the room. So I put some red one in that one, and a kind of sort of red thing over here. At the back here, I've just got some more torches, antique dresses, heat rock. But the golden items really fit the vibe of this sort of library almost. So I've got like the trophy. This is from the Bulbasaur event. And then this is the clear bell, which you can craft as well. Yeah, I thought this was really cozy. And because there's lots of fire, I've got like the fireplace, 4 torches, a candle, and the heat rock. Flareon likes all of those things. So Flareon, as soon as he moved in as well, became immediately awesome. So I was happy about that. Yeah, I thought this was nice, pretty cozy. You could probably change the patterns on the sofas here. There's so many different patterns you could use for things. But I really like to try to use different ones I haven't used until now and give each one like a moment to shine kind of thing. So I try to mix it up as much as I can. Next, continuing with the Kanto evolutions, let's go look at Vaporeon's house. So over here in Vaporeon's room as well, we've gone for a really beachy resort vibe. We've got the shop flooring on the floor and on the wall there. You can see a lot of the wallpapers, they have a different design on the side of the block compared to on the top and bottom. So you can combine the same one, but get like a different effect. We've used some of the resort furniture here, resort table, sofa, chairs, rattan rug, guest room bed, some of the simple furniture here as well, and a berry clock there. I've got a little fake window over here. This pattern, I've got like there's quite a few different patterns you could use for like a water vibe or something nautical. This one is really nice. It's got the, you know, like the sort of steering wheels and anchors on it. I think it matches really nicely for something nautical themed. This polywell pattern as well, I think suits quite nicely against the sort of dark blue against this light blue here as well. Table there, a little side table there with a seashell on it. This is actually placed down like one you can pick up using magnet rise, and then you can place it back down just by taking it out of your inventory and putting it there. So you have to be careful not to pick it up, because if you pick it up, you can't like just put it back down easily. Over here, a little laundry section here, humidifier, a sink, got that same pattern that's on the curtains there as well. And then here, a little bathroom using the Azumarill bathtub. I really wanted to make sure I got this in somewhere because I think it's really cute, but I didn't really have a lot of places I could try to use this one. So, and then the whole thing is just separated with the wooden posts here. These are all just dyed white, and then a cast form charm there in the middle. Again, I'm just trying to give each item an opportunity to be somewhere. Otherwise, I end up using just the same things over and over. So sometimes there are things that I might not normally use, but I'm just trying to find a little spot for it somewhere, you know? Each home I try to also make sure it's got their favorite food in there, or the food that's used to get the Pokemon. So, you know, so we got the pizza in Flareon's house, the potatoes in Jolteon's, and we've got the soda float over here as well. Yeah, but I think this one turned out well. There's honestly a lot you could do, like with a water vibe, a beach resort kind of vibe. There's all the resort furniture, shell lamps here. You could really do like quite a lot with this. And so many things look really nice when they're dyed blue as well. So I do think there's tons you could do. Next, now let's go have a look at Umbreon's house. So Umbreon, as I said, I struggled quite a bit with what to do for the flooring and the wallpaper and things, because there's nothing really dark that looks nice and homey. There's a lot of wallpapers that feel very outdoorsy, like brick and iron and stuff like that, but that wasn't really the vibe of what I was going for with any of these homes. So I ended up settling on the marble flooring, kind of doing like bright, like white or grey walls flooring, and then having the furniture all be quite dark. So Umbreon likes luxury items, so we've got like the luxury table and sofas over here, luxury chair, dresser, bed, lamp there. We've got some of the extravagant pillars, another fake window here using this red Pokeball, like extravagant Pokeball design. A little cart here with some room service on it. I was kind of thinking, imagining like a, you know, luxury hotel suite, something like that. So it's marble flooring. The walls, I think, was like the stone. No, I think this was like hexagonal tile flooring. And then on the roof, on the ceiling again, is marble there as well. This platform here is made using protruding walls. So the protruding wall here is dyed white. And then when you place it down, because you can't put like regular blocks inside these houses, the only things you can use to like make different levels are the protruding walls, things like the bridges, the walkways and bridge planks and staircases and things like that. So it has this part that protrudes out, but you can actually line these up. And the part that sticks out kind of gets like hidden in there. So you end up not seeing it. So it looks like a really nice, like clean, clean wall. Wooden railing here. Stylish steps, wooden railing. As I say, just a few luxury furniture items. Cookies there on a side table by the bed. Some books up there. And then here, these are just kitchen counters with a few relics on there as some sort of like interior decor, you know? Yeah, I struggled with this one. This one took quite a while. I struggled with this one. I hope in the DLC we get some new patterns and wallpapers and things. The thing I found doing these 9 houses was there really just aren't enough wallpapers in the game. So hopefully we'll get some more soon. Moving on now to Espeon's house. Espeon's one is another one I struggled with a little bit because there's basically no wallpaper that matches Espeon's color palette. So I struggled a bit, but this is what we ended up with. I really wanted to do this kind of like, it's like a seance and there's psychic energy like overflowing. So all the books are floating around. You can do this by just placing the block underneath, like the protruding wall underneath. Put the book or the open book on top and then break the protruding wall. And then that's how you can achieve this like floating book effect. The wall again is the same like crisscross wooden flooring, this Pokeball wall. And then just like a simple wooden flooring there on the ceiling. I just wanted something kind of dark to make it look like we're, inside in some dark library. On the left here, got some of the antique furniture, antique table and chairs and sofa there. A few items up there framed on the wall. On this side, we've got these like museum stands here. This is the treasure from the Sableye event and up there as well. The Sableye wall hangings there too. This like seance area, this like crystal ball area, I achieved by doing the house partition. So this left part is a house partition. Like this. And this is also dyed. You can get Smiguru to dye these. And then this part is all made up of these simple pillar quarters. So I kind of was having fun like trying to come up with some different shapes. And ended up with this. But I think there's quite a lot you could do with making different shapes inside here, Mini bookcases there. And there is a bit of dead space behind each thing, as you can see here. And sometimes Espeon does get stuck in there as well, which is a bit annoying. But aside from those things, I'm quite happy with how it turned out. This is another one where I really hope that we're going to get some new furniture and wallpapers especially. I might actually redo this one. If we can get a nice wallpaper that I think is a bit closer to the color that Espeon is, then I might redo this. Espeon is also my favorite Pokemon as well, so I really wanted to do something special, and I feel like this one missed the mark a little bit. I do like the design, but maybe it'd be better for a ghost Pokemon or something, Moving on now to the Sinnoh Eeveelution. So we've got Leafeon over here. Again, I was trying to do something I really liked. As I started to decorate these houses, I started to really want to play with like levels and putting some of the different building materials inside to make a different sort of effect. My original idea was having some sort of balcony or like indoor part of the room that felt like it was inside and part was outside. I think you could do this if you did the larger prefab, the largest prefab house build, you have a bit more space. And I think you could make a call like where just part of it looks like it's in a house and the rest looks like it's outside. But we've got on this left side here, this is just several of the Hoppit furniture items, you know, picnic blanket, the flower cushions, the backpack, the juice trio there. These are just simple like wooden planks on the wall, or the bridge planks with flowers and vine decorations. On the other side here as well. And here, this is just the wooden bench with these Hoppit flower tables there as well, and the sandwiches and a picnic basket. Flooring is the grass flooring, I think it's called. And then the leaf print on the wall and shop flooring on the ceiling. I wanted it to look like that was the sky, so I did something kind of a light blue. And then you got upstairs here. Again, this is made with protruding walls, stylish steps here. On the left is a little bedroom space, some of the berry furniture items, side table, berry case there, the Rowlet clock. And then over on this right side, berry table and chairs, the wreath here, some of the flowery garlands at the top there. And there's like 3 different rugs under here. These all have kind of a sort of a floral print, roughly. I mean, this left one is not exactly floral, but I think it kind of matches the vibe. And then the separation is made with these like glass windows here. If you dye the actual glass part black, then you can see through it a bit more clearly. Loses some of the glare. And so I kind of ended up with this design. And again, I wasn't like super in love with this design, but I kind of like the idea, and I like that it's something a bit different, you know. But maybe, you know, I might do something else for Leafeon again in the future. Over now onto Glaceon's house. This one I was really proud of. I definitely wanted to get the icicles. That was where I started with, was I wanted to have these icicles in here together with the crystal clusters. And as I started to put it all down, I realized, oh, it could be kind of like an ice hotel. So we've got the crystal wall on the floor, the wall and the ceiling here. Thankfully, it's got like a slightly different design, whether it's on the floor or the wall there. So it kind of looks like two different patterns, or it is 2 different patterns. Pop art furniture all around, like pop art sofas, bed, table and chairs. We've got the shaved ice over here, Avalug table there. I don't have anything on the walls except for at the back here. I've got the hanging banners and the string lights over here. And then on the left and right side here, these are just wall mounted tables, painted white, with again yet another Hoppit backpack, because I love this item. An icy rock there, a damp rock over here, berry lamp, and then a few rugs all painted with the same Articuno pattern. This one, I was glad I was able to use the Avalug table, because I've been kind of looking for a spot to put this in somewhere. I tried to actually have this in water in a cave, make it look like a floating iceberg, but I couldn't really get it to look good. And then the icicles as well, and the crystal clusters, you can put them down. Like, you have to pick them up using magnet rise outside, and then you can put them down anywhere, but once you put them down, you can't move it again, so you have to break them. So if you plan on doing a build like this, my advice is to bring extra, because anytime you put it down, if you want to move it, you have to just break it. So just bear that in mind. But yeah, Glaceon loves it in here. I think it looks great. I think it's really giving Ice Hotel, and I was really happy with this one. Into Sylveon's house now. I just decorated this right after the Jirachi event, so I've been waiting a little bit to get some of the Jirachi items, because I thought they would look quite nice in here. So you can see over on this side, we've got like the Jirachi wardrobe there, as well as this little dresser. These like star wall hangings, and then also the star rugs here too. I've used a lot of the cute furniture, and just like the plain furniture as well. Oh, also that's the Jirachi cloud table there in the middle. The flooring is the fluffy flooring. Just the simple cloth wall. I didn't change the walls and the ceiling. These are just the regular cloth ones. And then at the back here, again, this is more house partitions, just like we did in Espeon's house, to make kind of an accent wall. And the simple pillar quarters again here on the corners to kind of give this effect. You could do this all the way around the room if you want, because there's this like pink chancy pattern, which I really like, but it makes it it blocks the camera quite a lot. For example, like if you pan around here, you just see that, right? So if you put it all the way around, you would just see that all the way. So you could maybe get a couple of nice screenshots, but it wouldn't look good when you walk in. Over here, I've got just a cute bed, dyed pink. To get the plushies on the top here, you normally can't place them. It's the same as the floating books. You have to put down like maybe protruding walls or something, then put the plushies on top, then break the walls, and then put the bed there. Got the plain chest there with the plain lamp on top. A little desk here with the cute chair, a laptop on it, snake plant, the ditto mirror, and then over here in this little living space, managed to get in Sylveon's cake there with, again, more of the plain stand, sofa, chairs, side table with a leafy plant on it, a little frame here with a heart scale, and this one's got a fairy feather in, and then a few of the decorative wall shelves up there at the top. But this one you really could do a lot as well. There's so many great items that look good in pink, and you know, I thought about trying to get a bit of blue in here as well. It ended up clashing a bit, but I think there is a good way, there probably is a good way to get some more blue highlight in this room so that it's not just all pink and white. You can see I've got a bit there on the rug, but I think it could probably have a little bit more. But overall, I thought it was cute. I think it looks nice from this angle. But yeah, I don't know about this. But I didn't really like the way that this back wall transitions into this like side wall here. But I'm not too unhappy with it. Maybe once we get some new items or wallpapers again in the future, this might be one I would come back and redo a little bit. But yeah, I was happy with it. I really like the plushies on top of the cute bed there. Oh, they look nice. And finally now moving on to Eevee's house. So for Eevee, I kind of played with a few different ideas. I really wanted to originally do either all the Pokeball furniture items or all the berry items, but I ended up using a lot of the berry items in Leafeon's house, and the Pokeball furniture just doesn't really look that good. It doesn't really match Eevee's vibe either. So I went for like this kind of nice sort of rustic cafe with this way I could get all of the Eeveelution food items inside. So on this right side here, it's the cloud tables there, painted brown, plain chairs, a long narrow rug, and then a few of the food items. Eevee posted there on the wall. Eevee also likes it warm, so that's why we've got the air conditioning unit in here. Over here, a few more plain sofas, plain tables, all the food items on there, the Jirachi lamp. You're just simple decorations around, you know, the tall potted plants, the decorative wall shelves, frames, and then a twisted plant over here. For this like kitchen and counter area, these counters are painted white, I believe. We've got a cute lamp, grubby notepads, and a cash register here too. We've got the towel rack there. We've got a fridge and some of the kitchen items, a little poster, the wall calendar. We've got the bread oven there. We've got a dining cabinet here too, and a few more decorative shelves, just like the pots and jars up there too, to give the effect of like, you know, the kitchen cooking items. On the floor here, this is just I think this is actually the painted wall on the floor. Yeah, this is the painted wall on the floor, which I thought is so interesting because it has this really lovely effect of just like a bright colored wood on the ground. So I really like that. Light wooden wall, and then another one of the same like painted walls on the ceiling there. Yeah, I think this one was lovely as well. You can see I often kind of go a very similar route of the way that I divide up the rooms into these like different sections. And I think this size of house is my favorite to decorate. The bigger ones, yeah, it can get a bit too big. The smaller one's a bit too small. This one's kind of just right for me. So yeah, this is Eevee's house. And I think after we made it warm enough, Eevee was pretty happy in here too. All the Eeveelutions are awesome in this, but it did take sometimes a little bit of adjusting one or two things here and there. And that's the whole town. Thank you everybody for watching. I did get lots of comments about these. I posted, you know, one video for each of these separately. I just wanted to take a moment to put them all together and make a little video. But thank you everybody who has left lovely comments about these builds. I really enjoyed doing these ones, and I think I'll do more. Unfortunately, there is a limit of like how many of these prefab houses you can place in any biome. So I would have to delete a few others to make room for some new ones. But yeah, I'm really happy with this for now. And I'm glad I got to do something kind of special for all of these ones because it's a nice set that I really like. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye, everyone.